It will be one of Albuquerque's biggest road construction projects when it begins. Lead and Coal will get a major facelift to make the avenues more pedestrian-friendly.
We're going to bring in landscaping, wider sidewalks, bicycle path, benches, lighting, landscaping, other amenities.
First, Coal will be shut down on Monday. Lead will temporarily turn into a two-way street. So get used to seeing these orange barrels. And the work on Lead and Coal will take up to 10 months each. And the entire project costing $26 million. Once Coal is done, it will turn into a temporary two-way, and then Lead gets its turn and will shut down.
We're planning for a spring of 2012 opening.
And already drivers and people who live in the neighborhood are bracing for the change and a potential traffic headache.
Yeah, that's a 10-month disaster.
But when it's all done, the city says Lead and Coal will be much better and will return to one-way streets.
One way each way. I mean, it works out great, especially from getting downtown out here to Nob Hill.
Jewel Pacheco had no idea her drive to work was about to get very scary.
I was freaked out. I mean, I was like so early in the morning and this person is driving drunk.
Around 8:30 in the morning, she noticed this woman, 37-year-old Lisa Kruth, in a truck in front of her, swerving off the road. She saw her then get back on the road and while trying to merge onto I-25 near El Dorado, nearly hit a semi. Jewel called 911. She didn't know she was about to get an even bigger shock.
As I was passing alongside of her, I saw her, I got in front of her, and then I noticed in my rearview mirror that there was a child on the passenger side.
Jewel and another driver decided to box in the driver until she finally pulled over on I-25 near 290.
My adrenaline was pumping and I was just really nervous.
Santa Fe Sheriff's deputies soon arrived and arrested Lisa Kruth.
We do see more people calling, and it's a good thing.
Lieutenant Jeremy Garcia says while drivers are encouraged to call 911 when they see a drunk driver, it's not a good idea to force a driver off the road.
You want to do whatever the dispatcher tells you to do. They're trained on these type of incidents, and they'll tell you exactly what they'd like you to keep doing. Jewel
says she risked her safety for a child whose mother wasn't willing to protect her.
My adrenaline just took over, and all I was doing was thinking about the little girl.
5-year-old Jaden Ferran is not much for television interviews, but put him on a baseball diamond and his head starts to spin. Along with the rest of his body. Jaden's first day of baseball got off to a really bad start when a ball bloodied his nose.
Most kids would be done at that point. I was a little scared, and then he just, within 5 minutes of the blood coming out, we were able to clean it up, and he was back out like nothing ever happened.
And as you will see, some things never change.
Oh man, not another nosebleed.
But one pitch later, Jaden got even.
Whoa!
Jaden's Little League coach was so impressed with him that he wrote a letter recommending that Jaden play here on the south lawn of the White House in front of President Bush. When Brenda received an email telling her that her son had been selected, she couldn't believe it.
So I had to read it a couple of times before it set in, and I was excited.
As for Jaden,
attaboy,
he had some other concerns about meeting the president.
Afterwards, the White House, the president, does he have toys?
Brenda says it's both exciting and humbling that her son will represent New Mexico at the White House, making this one trip that will bring home a lifetime memory for both mother and son.
Just the excitement of him being able to do this, the opportunity of a lifetime.
In Edgewood, Joe Babe has plowed for his neighbors since 1996. He started at 6:30 this morning, but the snow is several inches high.
As you can see, this is going to be pretty tough. I can get only so much, and it's already iced over. It's not going to melt today.
Being a delivery driver isn't the ideal job in this type of weather. We caught up with Dylan Manzanetis in Moriarty.
The roads are pretty bad coming through the canyon. You have to watch your speed. That's sliding all over the place.
Many people traveling on I-40 are pulling off. Connie's Grill seemed to be the hot spot in the middle of snow-covered Moriarty.
There's a lot of travelers. We have 2 truck drivers right here. We saw probably about a 70% increase in business.
Meanwhile, the freezing temperatures are taking a toll on people's wallets.
The unfortunate part, it is good for business, but you know, with the economy the way it is, it's hard to see people coming in and trying to repair pipes with the little money that they have.
This hardware store in Moriarty has pretty much sold out of heat guns, heat tapes, insulation, anything to unthaw pipes. Ted Hart, the owner of the hardware store, is also the mayor of Moriarty. He says the city's pipes are in good hands.
Just the guys going out and making sure that the meters are unthawed and that everything in the city's protected.
Any other groups need rulers?
Oh, I need a ruler.
One ruler.
I need a ruler.
So we're here at the University of Mexico
Thank you.
for the ExxonMobil Bernard Harris Summer Science Camp.
I need 2 aluminum foils.
What else do we need?
They get a chance to build a section of a spacesuit.
What do you want to put on the top? Foil. So then we got foam.
We, take what they've learned in their secondary schools, in the schools that they've come from, and connect the dots for them.
So if those folders are pretty hard, then we should probably put those on top like a sandwich, both of them. Yeah.
My dream to become an astronaut actually started on the Navajo Nation.
Okay. And then the next gen?
My mom was a teacher for the Bureau of Indian Affairs.
No, just right here, just go up and then drop them right now.
Let's make sure you got 14 layers.
Oh.
That's right.
With my background of growing up, in this area, I have a place in my heart to ensure that this segment of the American population can really accomplish the American dream.
Okay, go.
You go all the way through?
No.
Do it again, do it again.
It actually went all the way to the left. It looks like it made it down to that last 2 layers.
None of us, I'm sure, have met an astronaut before, so I think it's kind of awesome.
The mariachis at the New Mexico State Fair have a new stage to call home this year. The Via Hispana Pavilion got a makeover that fairgoers are happy to see.
The stage is nice for the performers, though. It's a lot bigger than the old one. They were always kind of crowded, but it's a lot better.
It's the first major renovation this place has seen in about 25 years. Brand new stage with covered seating for 600 people. Got all kinds of New Mexico music going on out here.
The food court and the midway were repaved, giving the grounds a cleaner look. And speaking of food,
you can have them plain or you can have them cinnamon sugar.
Mini donuts are back, a favorite that was missing at last year's fair.
And actually my sister named it Daisy Donuts because when you see a daisy, it makes you feel happy, you smile, and people love watching these being made.
Over at the Midway, the same favorites are still around, along with some new attractions for the youngest fairgoer.
I love you, I love you.
And whether it's your first time at the fair or your 20th, like Joanna Romero, there's always something exciting to see.
We live close by, so it's tradition to come and see all the new things and see and the old things too, You always have to come and have a turkey leg and a Navajo taco,
Now the annual state fair